Hi, I'm Main Paradox. This is going to be the continuation of Arknights Enfield. So let's begin. So first of all, what happened was, I guess a quick recap was basically we woke up from the we basically woke up. We were alive again. We met new people. We arrived to the planet. Basically everything was destroyed. Then it was a lot of fighting and saving people, explanations, some building, and yeah. If you want to go watch the last video I made to catch up. So as of now, we talked with uh, Andre, basically telling us that most of the villages are destroyed and require origin ore, which we needed to mine those gigantic rocks around to getting the origin ore. Then we needed to set up uh, a refining unit to making the origin ore, which would allow us to repair most of the facilities and to meet the original ore for Albert. He was quite pleased. The yeah, Andre, he was quite pleased. And we learned that the prototype, he basically did not inform um, Jin, basically. He bought the equipment himself, wanted to modify it himself without her knowing, because he said that the evaluation process can be a real bummer. Yeah, I get it. Evaluation processes can be boring. But if you don't do it, and you do it with your own money in secret, then it's kind of odd, isn't it? Then after that, we needed to go to the original byproduct processing center, which we used obviously the zip lines for. Then, when we went in, there was huge damage in the front of the gate, which we really do not know why. When we entered into it, basically a lot of the place was destroyed, and we needed to find uh, the original EPVC, and we needed to find out what exactly happened. Apparently, Lambergers were there looking for a crate that had something in it. After we dealt with the raiders, we were able to finally talk with the UWS crew, who where this actually belonged to Albert, and apparently we were able to acquire it, and we had to be both Lambergers to getting out of there and giving this back to Albert. And then we had to make. Then we learn about what the prototype really is. The prototype is basically experimental tech developed for the Aether side. To the Landbreakers, it's probably just well, that's what he thought. Andre thought it was a hunk of scrap. But who knows? Maybe they had other plans for it. And we get a call from Shin, who basically met Andre's message that the original byte processing center is en route, which was great. Everything was fine. However, we needed to get into certain places. For that, we would need the shredding unit. Shredding unit basically shred mines, minerals, metals, even plants. We could shred anything. And with it, we needed the shredder to basically make portable explosive to breaking down stuff. So as we used those, we found a guy named Semyon, who was basically this was his workshop, who had two weapons and everything. And yes, the task was getting a weapon for them, which was right. Then we had to go to the underground lab where Albert was and his prototype. The prototype was connected with a very adorable AI face, which I'll be honest, it looks possibly the cutest thing ever. However, there became a bit of a situation with it. Someone was quite mad, and he was not very happy with Albert for doing that. And now Andre, I guess Andre, uh, begged Edmund and Priscilla to be his witness because he did technically did nothing wrong. He technically had the details of everything. He had basically had everything against him and every fine print that he was allowed to do in this. So yeah, and this might be a court case, honestly, who knows? But I guess the debate. They better go back to Director Jin, where she basically said that the I guess you could say the main building's core was basically damaged or corrupted. So she begged the admin, I guess, to fixing it. So we did the puzzle, and from that puzzle we were able to fix it, and we gained communication. We apparently found out a lumberjack was taunting us in the recordings, but apparently another place got raided, which was not good already. Basically, the weird thing is that they're actually doing plans, the line breakers, on this prototype entry to the streets and even the administrator. Something fishy was going on with this, and it needed to be dealt with immediately, because otherwise, who knows what could happen though. And then we had to go to Vale, westward into the Vale. However, there were already Berserker Lambreakers there, waiting. So we had to deal with the Lambreakers. Then we met up with Wolfguard, who Priscilla knew very well, and they aimed a gun at us. Well, he didn't know who we are, so he apologized for that. And the problem was that the bridge did not have power. So we had to transport power to the bridge with electric nexus. And here's where I struggled the most. Um, my I did not know what exactly to do here, so I basically did possibly one of the most diabolical stuff ever by putting so many electric pylons down and then relay towers as well. Was it worth it? Possibly not. But was it necessary? Yes, it was. It took very a bit, I would say, honestly. And after getting it fixed, we were finally able to get the bridge down and get into West Point Vale. And for Fiona, it did indicate there are the presence of several settlements near one of the caves. And from that point on, we went there. There was one issue. There was a lot, and I mean a lot of land breakers there. Well, bone crushers. So basically, what they did is they set up their signal, and with this haze, it's quite deadly. And apparently, they use it to mark their territories as theirs, and which can also make apparently minnows. I'm not so sure with that. Then we find another bee, and apparently the Lambergers are looking for upstairs local residents who are apparently hiding somewhere, which they are. They're hiding in a cave, which we dealt with easily. We met one of, and then we met one of the civilians who brought us to the cave, and we met with, I guess, the leader of the camp. Apparently, SWAT stated that they got their meds from Roosters, but and the Raiders scum attacked the place. Those who technically survived got to the shelter. Unfortunately, they ran out of meds, and Guinness, who was the resident that we saved, his younger sister, it got worse. So, originum ore can technically also be considered a poison as well if you're mining it, and it can have long-term effects on it. The only issue is that there's no cure yet. There is unfortunately only suppressants, and that's about it. There's really nothing much you can do. So original is basically you mine it, but you also get poisoned from it as well. Even if our main character was good with it, there was one issue though. We were skeptical, like wait, so if it's poison, then how come? Okay, I might not get into that. I might not know about that shit. Basically, oripity, no cure, suppressants required. That's basically it. No cure yet. And yeah, that's yep. And it is stated that origin is a huge problem when mining it because oripity is where it can enter into your systems, can affect you, and yeah, that is basically a problem. So that we say that he was thankful for us, and we might have need to do more work for them to basically all saving the area. But yeah, that was basically it. So I would say I enjoyed this. I did struggle with some enemies, I will be honest. I am still bad at fighting, I'll be honest. I'm not used to this kind of fighting type with like dodges and parries, I guess, and block parries and dodging. I'm not really used to that, honestly, though. That's the thing. But hey, yeah, that's gonna be basically it. You can leave a like and subscribe, and I will of course do more of this if you want. That is your choice. And if you don't want me to do this and you want to see other type of games, I can obviously do that. Just let me know, and everything will go in your way. That's it. That's about it, though. I will see you all in the next video.